My name is David Rippey, and I am a certified hypnotherapist, helping clients to explore a variety of things from past lives, life between lives, and any pain issues they may be experiencing. This female client came to me for a past life regression. After bringing them in a subconscious state, they began sharing an incredible previous life where they were an orphan in 1903 who lost her twin in that life at the age of 15. Most amazing is how she described how her twin Elliot from the early 1900s is her father now in this life. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at David Rippey. There'll be more recordings to follow. Enjoy.
My family before my dad used to be my twin.
Your dad used to be your twin. Your dad in this life?
Yeah.
Okay. So your dad in this life was your twin. And where was this life at?
It was in the early 1910, 1911. We were born in a city with an older brother, and our parents were killed in an accident. We were orphaned.
And what city? Where was this located?
It was in a city in Massachusetts.
Okay. And do you know your name of you and your twin?
My name was Elliot.
Okay.
His name was Peter.
Okay. And it was about 1910 or 11. Was that when you were born, or how old were you then?
We were 6.
6. So you was around, you were born in what, like 1903 or 4 or 5?
We were born in 1903.
And what day and month was that? Do you remember?
August the 1st.
Okay. And what town were you born in?
Corning? Something. We were born in a city near Boston.
Okay, a city near Boston. And it was outside of Boston?
It was maybe an hour away.
Okay. And where did you came up with the name of Corning? What is Corning?
Just something to do with where we lived. It was the name of the street or the name of something. A township or a county, maybe. I don't.
So it was 1903. And what month and date again?
August 1st.
Okay. And what was your last name?
Her last name was Brooks.
Brooks. And we're just observing this. So how, let's go forward in time. Let's go when you're about 10. Are you and your twin still together?
We're still together.
Okay. And are you still living in the same area, or where are you at? Where are you now?
We're living in a boys' school for children that are delinquent or wards of the state.
Okay.
We were in an orphanage when we were younger, but then our brother was adopted. We were not taken with him, and we never found another home.
You never found a home? So how long did you stay at the orphanage?
Only a few years.
Okay.
We ran away.
So you and your twin ran away?
Yeah, it was my idea.
Okay. And where did you run to?
We just left.
Okay.
We
So you
didn't
left the
wanna,
orphanage. Then where did you travel to after that?
we just lived on the street. We did what we could.
Okay. And how old were you right then, do you think, you and your twin, when you were on the street?
About 12.
Okay. And let's go forward about when you were 16. Do you see yourself then?
I do.
Okay. What are you doing now?
I don't see Peter.
You don't see Peter. Okay. Well, let's go back to about 13 or 14. How old were you when the last time you saw Peter?
14, turning 15.
14, turning 15. And what happened to Peter? We're just observing.
He got sick.
Oh.
He got some sort of cough. He had a fever. And we took him to the hospital, but they couldn't help him, and I couldn't pay them, and he died. He died.
Okay, we're not going to get involved, okay? We're just going to observe. And did you ever find out what kind of cough or what was it from? Did they ever know what they thought it was?
It was some kind of virus.
Okay. And were you still in Massachusetts at the time?
We were in Boston then.
Okay, so you were living in Boston. And what was your last name again?
Brooks. My name was Elliot Brooks.
Okay, your brother was Peter Brooks, and when your brother, and we're not getting involved, when Peter passed, do you remember what day that was?
It was right after our birthday.
So it was right after your birthday.
It was August 19th.
And what year was that? Can you see the year?
It was 1917.
Okay. It was in Boston. Well, let's go forward. Is your life with Elliot? Okay. Now let's not get involved. And what do you see with Elliot in his later years? What do you see?
I'm not a nice person. I steal. I lie, and I drink too much. And I can't keep a job because I drink too much. and I end up in jail. And then after I get out of jail, I drink too much one night after being let out, and I don't wake up the next day. I don't wake up. I was 16, 17.
Years old.
I was maybe just turned 18. I didn't live very long.
Okay, so you just turned 18. We're not getting involved. But do you think you passed away because you drank too much that night or something?
I threw up. I choked or something.
Okay. So let's not get emotionally involved. And you were still in Boston, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's don't get too involved. But you got sick, or you threw up and drowned. And suffocated on your throat, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's don't get involved too much with that life. Let's just kind of look at it and observe it. And then what happened when you died?
I stayed. I sort of hung around the city. I didn't leave.
So
I
you were,
didn't know that I could.
okay, so you stayed around the city because you didn't know that you could actually leave, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, were you a spirit at the time?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you go as a spirit? Can you walk through walls now, or tell me about that?
I could climb onto a roof and sit on a roof. I could move through the ceiling and go into a house.
And when you go into other houses, could you see other people there?
I could see them, but I couldn't hear them. It was like listening to sounds underwater.
Did they ever sense your presence, or did anybody, like a cat or a dog, did they notice you, or did anybody ever kind of sense that you were around, even though they couldn't see you?
Well, I made animals very nervous.
Okay. And they could kind of sense you?
Yeah, horses or dogs or cows. Yeah, they didn't like it.
Oh, that's interesting. And how long did you do that for?
I don't know. Till I left the city and I didn't have to stay there. I found out a way to leave.
Okay. That's very interesting. And how did you find out a way to leave? How did that get done?
I spent a lot of time watching people and people that I'd known and people that I didn't know. And I watched enough life happen the way that mine had happened. And I watched the way that it ended, the way that mine had ended.
Mm-hmm.
And I went looking for Peter. I wanted to know if he was there, or if he had left, or if I could find him.
Mm-hmm.
And one day Peter found me. And he told me that I didn't have to stay there if I didn't want to, that I could go with him.
And where did you go?
To another place. It's
Did he help you get there?
yeah.
Okay. So how did he help you get there? Did he hold your hand and said, "We're going," or how did he do it?
He just hugged me.
Mm-hmm. And how did he find you? Do you remember? Was he a spirit too in Boston, or how did he find you?
He told me that he'd been looking for me.
Isn't that something? So as a spirit, you can go around and see things and go through walls and jump on roofs. And as a spirit, did you see a lot of other spirits also hanging around that had left also?
Certain places, yeah.
So certain places they would hang out, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then could they see each other, but they just couldn't see people that were live, is that correct?
Sometimes you could see them, and sometimes they looked like mist with more of a solid shape. Some of them looked just like people. You almost couldn't tell a difference.
Between a spirit and them.
Mm-hmm.
And so Peter, was he also a spirit at the time, walking around, looking around for where he was?
Yeah.
Okay, and he found you like one day just kind of walking around and you ran into him, or how'd that work?
He found me.
Okay, so he kind of zoned in and said he could find you, is that correct?
Yeah, he said he was looking for me.
So when he found you and you both left, where did you describe where you went?
We just went home. We went to a home.
You went to your real home, okay. Was it up in the light again? Was it light, or what was it?
It reminded me of a postcard that I saw. It had a farm picture with a big house and a windmill, and there were sheep, and that's like the place that we went.
Well, it sounds pretty nice.
It was nice.
And did you both live there?
Yeah, we stayed there for a long time.
Oh. Now, were there other people with you, or was it just the two of you?
No, there were a lot of people.
Oh, okay. And was that like heaven?
If you want to call it that.
Okay. Was it like Earth, in a sense? It was a nice, beautiful farm and a windmill and sheep? Was there cows?
No, there were some things that were like Earth, but it's all the same.
Okay. We'll find our loved ones again, right? No question. Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Good. Now, as we're getting ready to see